Online Learning in the Corporate Sector by Annie, Michelle, Sinead, and Jennifer. Technological progress and changes in organizational infrastructures have made collaborative learning more important as an aspect of professional development. Let's talk about our analysis questions. What are the advantages and disadvantages of corporate online learning? State some examples of how online learning is used in the corporate sector. What capacity models are predominant for online learning in the corporate sector? And describe some of the benefits of employee assessment, challenges of employee assessment, and methods of feedback that occur in the corporate learning sector. Let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of online learning. So, advantages. It eliminates all-day training sessions, which allows for more time in the workplace. It is engaging and therefore allows for better retention. It cuts travel time, cost, and time away from the workplace. It allows for continuous professional development. There's less need for professional on-site training, which is cost-effective. Most training of personnel can be done online. Employees can bring their own technology, i.e. mobile or laptop, to work anytime, anywhere. And e-learning is green. So e-learning classes consume 90% less energy and produce 85% fewer CO2 emissions per student or employee than conventional courses. The disadvantages. It eliminates the structure of in-person training, which some employees may need. There's less time to interact with others. Online training can be difficult for those who do not understand the programming or piece of technology. Online learning may require employees to have up-to-date technology, which some may not have. Older employees may not have technology to access online learning from their own environment. When the company is introducing online learning, they may have to convince some uncertain employees. Now that we've spoken about the advantages and disadvantages, let's talk about blended learning. So how is blended learning incorporated into the corporate sector? The blended method for online learning combines online and face-to-face learning in a structured manner. Having online and face-to-face learning gives flexibility to this worker so employees are not limited to the time, location, or format of training. It helps to improve communication skills. Good communication skills are crucial for any business person. Everyone needs to read, send emails, make calls, and take part in conferences, and those who have brilliant ideas but do not know how to express them won't be successful. A well-structured blended learning strategy can include interactive elements to let employees communicate with one another in the process. It gives more time to employees. Every person has his or her learning scheme, and blended learning allows them to learn at their own pace. And it reduces company cost. Blended learning requires no additional expenses. Less money, as hiring a trainer can be expensive. Online learning is more cost-effective and specific to each company. So when should we use asynchronous delivery? We should use asynchronous delivery when the topics are generic business topics, like management training, financial training, or time management, etc., that are not specific to a certain organization or process. Maybe a major product release, so used on projects with large budgets and long lead times. Projects that need extensive simulations like industrial control systems, like flight simulators. Training which has a long shelf life, like an organization's profile introduction, may be a good situation to use asynchronous e-learning. And process-based training is best handled through the asynchronous method, where the learner gets pre-recorded study material that he studies at his own time and can post queries to message boards, bulletin boards, discussion sites, and seminars, etc. When should we use synchronous delivery? So instructor-based online mentoring is best suited for employees who need concept-based training and help with their regular studies. Also used in soft skill training and in interpersonal skills, i.e. communication, diversity training, and also teaching foreign languages. I am always doing that which I cannot do in order that I may learn how to do it. Pablo Picasso. Now that we know the benefits and drawbacks of the corporate sector, let's explore some examples of how online learning is implemented into this sector. Examples of online learning. Online learning is available through many different platforms. It is delivered either asynchronously or synchronously. Some of the platforms include video-based learning. This is where a video is posted on an online learning management system or LMS system and is there for the employees to use. MOOC, so this is a massive open online course. This is usually used for recertifications such as WMIS or health and safety protocols. Mobile learning. This is used on cell phones or tablets in the work to access videos to update worker skills. And then formal and informal scenarios. So this is used to provide experiential learning for employees. Let's talk about our capacity models. The ADDIE model would be beneficial for the corporate sector as it is widely used, flexible, and has various formats. The ADDIE model is an interactive instructional design model to help structure courses and workshops, and it consists of 5 components. Analysis. In the corporate sector, companies will analyze the purpose, the audience, goals, and objectives when teaching any online training. Design. Design is important because it helps to plan the course content and assessment related to the training. Develop. In the corporate sector, business owners have the choice of how they want to develop their online delivery programs. They can create the course, which then allows them to oversee the content that is being used by the employee. Implement. The employer has now created the program. Now the employee can use it. And evaluate. In the corporate sector, employees can now evaluate how the training course outcome went. Although the ADDIE model is flexible, widely used in its various evaluation strategies, it can also be time-consuming and linear in the sense that there's no room for flexibility. The e-learning readiness model proposed for institutions would also be beneficial for the corporate to use. It is made up of 7 components: finance, ICT infrastructure, human resources, management and leadership, content, culture, and competency of technology usage. We think this model will be beneficial to the corporate sector because it looks at many different aspects of a workplace. The downfall to this model could be there are too many components for some employers. The similarities and differences of the models. So similarities are that both emphasize the importance of the course content and delivery method for e-learning success. The differences. So the ADDIE is a model that focuses on course development, whilst the e-learning readiness model focuses on institutions' readiness to implement the e-learning. E-learning readiness model focuses on learner ability more than the ADDIE model. And the ADDIE model has a primary focus on course design, development, and delivery to learners. Let's talk about the role of assessment and feedback in corporate. So let's talk about the benefits and challenges. So benefits gives the employee an opportunity to see how they are perceived. It helps the employees gain confidence by being honest. The employee can accept constructive criticism and assessment without feeling offended. Some of the challenges: the lack of honesty. Some employees may not understand or like criticism when being assessed. Overthinking an assessment. It can lead into employees feeling self-confident. Could be subject to a particular individual. This form of assessment could be more on a personal level, and the assessment is not directed at their actual work ethic. Importance of feedback. This gives the employee an opportunity to learn. Employees are able to ask questions if unclear or need clarifications. Getting feedback allows the employees to learn from his or her mistakes. Feedback allows an opportunity for employers to address their areas of concern and to direct their employees to the training they need to help them improve. This helps employees understand where they may need to improve their skills to gain better knowledge to do better. Let's talk about the future of online training. So, methods of delivery. Video instructor-led training. Interactive video instructor-led training. Gamification. So turning online learning into games or rewards. come into play. Learning through podcast, virtual reality, and mobile learning are all new ways of delivering online learning in the corporate sector. Trends in learning. So adaptive, personalized, and customized learning for each employee. Artificial intelligence is a new trend in learning emerging. Micro-learning, which involves learning in short time periods and spurts. Social learning, so learning in a social environment, such as social constructivism and discussion groups. App-based and mobile learning, and then self-directed learning. And some trends in content. So most of our online learning is now revolving around work-life skills. So this is really finding a balance between work and home, and it is important to employees, but can also have an impact on organization in terms of productivity and employee burnout. Also, leadership and management training. So across all industries, functional and department silos are breaking down as the focus of strategic management and strategy implementation becomes more project and team-based. Online learning is an integral part of employee development in the corporate sector. Through training, we develop our KSAs, our knowledge, skills, and abilities, and enable the company to stay competitive in their market. The online learning and blended format of training is the most effective in this environment. It allows companies to deliver cutting-edge training instantaneously as today's technology is constantly changing. We have all experienced online training in each of our fields in retail and K-12 education. Through online learning, we have been able to achieve women's training, health and safety training, company policy training, product education, and procedural education, such as POS systems. Our synthesis questions. So why is blended learning the best delivery model for corporate training? Do you believe the ADDIE model for corporate online learning is an effective model to use? What model would you choose? Give some more examples of how online learning can be used in the corporate sector that were not discussed. And what do you think the future of online learning will look like? Thank you for listening to our presentation on online learning in the corporate sector. Here are references.